Hello, everyone. Sorry for the bit of the delay. There were some technical difficulties, but we are here as we go to round 7 of the Touring Car series. With me, I have Wesley. Hello, Wesley. Okay, there you go. and yeah, and we are here on Donington Circuit, Donington Park Circuit, in fact, here on the UK. Brilliant track for touring cars, even, and we can see that we are 4 minutes into qualifying already, and Brandon is currently on pole. So, it's been a while. How do you think? Have you even seen any races recently of this movie? Yeah, I noticed the microphone from Wesley was not on stream. It should be now. So, repeating the question,
Try again. There
if
you
you
go. I
have
can see it
seen,
now. Yeah,
okay,
hello from Race Control as well. No, I haven't sadly, but as Brandon's at the top of qualifying, I assume it is just business as usual with Brandon, of course.
actually, it's not. He
No.
does have a bit of competition this time, yeah, but Brandon seems to keep his cool most of the time. And it's been exciting to see, especially on the first laps, because some incidents have happened, even from Brandon's side, that we aren't expecting. And we see a little switch between Yoni and Brandon on the pole position. Yoni has been really good in qualifying this season, even. As we see, also a fan favorite, Leon Jenkins, is also on track. A lot of fans here for Leon here.
Buttons. Press them. Just trying to remember. Box, what I'll find. Bright pink car. There.
Yeah, representing Swag Money Motorsport.
Gotta love. Definitely gonna stand out quite a bit, I'd have to say. Who else we got? New names that I haven't seen before. Most of them. One that isn't for me is Mateo, but that's probably it. The other name I see there is new.
Uh, yeah, actually, I think we've seen Steve Thompson before, I think. But Mateo, for example, he has been here on other leagues. This is his first on touring cars. And even James Abram, he started about 2 rounds before this one. And he's really just learning the touring cars as we do the series. And he's not too bad either. He's doing really good. And Andrew, he started previous race on Oran Park, his first time on the series. And he got both podiums on both races. So really fantastic job from him. Can't wait to see more of him on this track. You might even seen James Ibram. He usually drove the prototypes on
Yeah,
the IMSA series.
another name.
Yeah.
Lovely to see. Mix of cars as well is always good. One car dominating, I see, which is nice. A few baby
Yeah.
Elantras. Good. We've got Audis, we've got
No, actually,
Hondas,
this
or
season, I would say it's the most fair between the BOP that it's ever been. Because you even see the Honda, for example, it's not as bad on the curbs this time too, so you can actually ride them. It's just fantastic to see the mix of cars now. Even though we are not seeing any Hondas today, I think some of the drivers couldn't be here, unfortunately. But we can still see some great racing looking for here. We see even a lot of close times too.
yeah, it's good to see that. Oh, close, very close against what it was, as it always used to be. Brandon having competitions is great to see as well. It's good, great to see. Luke Pullen, name I have. Look at the cars. I'm always one to be a fan of looking at everybody's cars, and that is a lovely car. Look at that. That is bright as you like, colourful. I like the rims. Our front has some nice rims as well.
I remember, I think it was the first round or the second one, the Road Atlanta. Someone had, yeah, I think it was the first one at least. Someone had the Rick and Morty
Oh,
livery on the car.
oh, really? That's brilliant.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
he was also a fast driver too.
Great
One
guy.
of the few Hondas that actually put up some battles with Brandon.
Good to see that he's having to race right. That he's having. Glad he's still about. Is he? How is the championship going for it? What are we in 7 in now? Did you say? How is it going? Is it hands is it playing into?
It's still Brandon a lot in the lead. He's been here on every single round too. Uh, Also, Andy on chat just said that Steve Haywood is having PC issues. Because we have noticed, yeah, Steve is another one that's come here on every round. Unfortunate for him to not be present, but maybe he can still join us. We'll see. Still, there enough time to at least do the races.
The good old Donington Grand Prix. So this circuit is being used again in British touring cars for the first time in over a decade this season. So that should be great to watch, and also next season it will as well. So if you watch British touring cars in real life, they will be using this circuit this season. So it's great to see that we are.
Is it the full layout?
Yeah, the full layout.
Oh, good. So we picked the right layout then.
Yes, definitely. Cruise. Lovely little track.
It is on every cars too. Like it's not just touring cars, or it's mostly on every single car you drive. It's a really fun track. It has great elevation here as well. It makes it a fun track. It's not even hard too. It's just fun to do. And I expect a lot of overtaking opportunities as well, because with these cars, you can be a little side by side on here. Kevin in the chat is asking if you have raced it in Donington, Wesley.
I haven't. No, I haven't raced at Donington. No. Sadly, not a rallycross track there, but maybe one day. Then well, but it would be great. I'd love to. I've been told by members of the family and everything, and get that out of the way. Really, there. I think it's going for lovely. Apparently, because of the elevation. Apparently, going down into the old hairpin section here. About to see James go. Oh no! Apparently, absolutely awesome. Best thing you back full. Absolutely.
Does it have a rallycross
No,
layout?
no, sadly not. I wish
Oh.
if they did, I'd be there. Not too far. I have been there, but never actually raced. Nice. Another nice car from Charles here as well. Like that little pattern. No orange cars, I don't. Bad for me, but on a personal note. But they all look absolutely fantastic.
Yes. Can we see not intervals, but the gap to the leader on the lap times? Just to see who more has on the 146s, for example. Because so far only Brendan and Yoni have the 146. Actually, good question for everyone in chat. Have they ever ran on a track, like a track day or something? Or did a race or something on a proper racetrack? I personally have never driven even. I've only done karting, that's it.
Yeah, it's the best thing to do. It's just go out on track and drive. I did the first time I ever went around. Screamed the entire way around because it was so much fun. But and that was I wasn't even going that fast because I had no power steering. But it was great fun. It's absolutely a lot. As I learned today, trying to put more cars out, it's a lot of work and a lot. But if you can, just take your actual road car around. Be probably the best thing you ever do. Brandon possibly goes quicker. Back over that one. Does by a thousandth of a second. Is that thousandth going to keep him ahead of position? Well, it will because he does improve as goes to Johnny, but not as close as he'd like as he goes wide, and that will lose him.
It's interesting to see that they both improve their lap times at the same time, usually.
Yeah, following each other around as well. Donnie can get a little closer, a little bit of slip. Good. Luke got 7 now. In my brother's favourite number. My brother will be happy to see that number, and that is lovely car. Like I've seen or somewhere, and a sticker there out of exactly.
Does it?
On the easy get rear stepped out. Yeah, on the sun visor, can you see just the sun strip from another series? I think. Series. Oh,
Well, I can hardly tell because of the little squares, but I could probably see it in game actually. 27. So let's see. BSRTC?
yeah,
Oh, okay. So that's what it means. Okay.
seen that. Yeah, we're coming to the end of qualifying. Who's going to get round in time? Will, I think, results of qualifying changed how it does it, but I don't think it has. Brandon
Oh,
actually did
it
cross the line.
instantly stops.
Instantly stops in like time, so James won't get that. We will have our lovely results of qualifying, which I'm hoping. I'm back in
So
the
we
first
got.
one.
You want to say it?
Oh well, I happily say Brandon because I'm back and the first thing I see is Brandon at top, so it doesn't feel like anything's changed, but everybody behind him has changed, so it's close. I think this could be a good one. We've got still 2 races to 15. We still got
Yeah, it's exactly the same. But now instead of the top 8 inverting, it's a top 10.
5.
Yes.
Here's the
All right. So Brandon Hawkins starts in first place. Another pole position for him. Johnny Niemi in P2. Harry Uniwa P3. Andrew McEwen in P4. James Ibrahim in P5. Bram Clare in P7 in P6. Luke Pullen in P7, Leon Jenkins P8, Charles Bradford in P9, Mike Lilias in P10, Matteo Lemare in P11, Steve Thompson in P12. And is that it?
I believe that is it for players. PC
Oh, he
has
couldn't make it. Yes. So, you hoping to see some carnage here? Usually it's always on the second race, I can tell you that. But even on the last round, though, it happened on the first race. Even when Brandon he didn't have pole, but he steps on the grass and he caused an accident between the top 3. So you never know what to expect, even on the first race. It's not just Brandon pulls out lead, finishes in top 1 and 10-second lead. Just believe it. Anything can happen now.
deliveries. Brandon is on go. Lights being flashed and the lights are coming on for race number 1 of the day. Round 7 is away. Who gets the best start? Not car number 4. Well, not car number 4. It is actually car number 4. It gets a terrible start and is passed down the straight. Here we go then into turn 1 for the first time. Is everyone going to be well behaved? I'd say possibly, maybe. Looks like they are. Somebody clips the curb, but everybody seems to have survived. Turn number 1 now, down the hill for the first time into the old hairpin. That's where it could get a little bit dangerous, a little bit fun. But 15 minutes worth of racing, they should be a bit cautious, as that's wide from James, but he's okay. He should survive. It's just a little bit offline. The Audi behind will have a look, and he's going to lose a place behind to Luke. A few pistol positions. Andrew loses a few more on the grass. Everybody is okay, but Andrew drops a few places. It's well behaved the first few turns. And now everybody seems to go single file. Best start of car number 4 then. Everybody's got a place back up. P6 and movers throughout the field. I think Leon has had a slight issue. Well, he's getting overtaken by a couple of cars. Somebody, I think, slow down there, but Matteo just ahead of him as well. But everybody, yeah, slow down. Cars just neat. Delivery, which is lovely. Nice little sun strip for us as well, which is not. As Matteo now gets passed by Leon. Audi's fighting. Three of them, all in the P8, P9, and P10. A little bit of a bump nearly on the exit there, Steve, as Matteo has pulled off and has some technical issues, it would seem, as there's a battle for P7, there's a battle for everyone. Somebody's gone in the pit, so who's done a jump start? And Andrew has gone in the pit lane. That doesn't normally happen, does it?
No, I did notice some moving from him. He even flashed his headlights on the start. So I suppose that was his. Is it a pit stop and go, or maybe it just has damage? Something happened to him. Yeah.
It must have happened. He's gone straight into the pits and parking for a second. Something happened to Matteo as well. He's got back going, but pull over. So interesting to see. But we've got two cars here. James versus Luke for P4. A little bit of a run. Definitely a run from Luke here. Thinks about it. Not able to get one just yet. James will go slightly defensive into the next turn. That already driving defensive, not all the way to the curb. Yep, covers the inside. Might get a little bump mid-corner. Everyone's behaved up ahead. There was a P3 getting a bit sideways. Did he end up in the gravel? I think he may have, but he's got back on the road. Tire marks to the right. Tells us that someone's been off the road. I assume it's car number 88. Battle is for the podium spot now. 2 laps in this race. That chicane's lovely. If you get a nice run, you can set up like James is there for the inside at the hairpin. And he's got a slow down, so maybe not. Luke's going to attack.
Yeah, that was unexpected. But yeah, probably cut it too much. And now also, Luke Bullen just going really wide. I guess he also had to slow down. Since both drivers, they are letting everyone go by. Really, really not forgiving that chicane. See the positions on the top 3 still being the same. Still increasing the gaps between each other though, but they are improving each other's lap times. Of course, there's still 10 minutes to go, and a lot still can happen. Maybe some of the drivers behind can finally get some pace. Brandon usually is really good at the start because he knows how to drive on the cold tires more often than the others. But we have seen even Yoni being faster as the race goes on. And we even see here James Ever just trying to pull away from Luke Polling, who seems to be catching him.
The off track's really costing a few drivers now. I think I've seen at least 5 get slowdowns. That chicane, wow, quite a harsh one too. You nearly have to come to a complete stop really to get rid of it, it seems.
Yeah, because these cars aren't as fast, so you really have to go much slower. Otherwise, the advantage from just cutting would be enough. Or would be enough from just lifting, for example.
Here we go then. Battle for 4th. Side by side in to the hairpin. A little switch back, which you love to see. And that's going to work perfectly, maybe. Is Charles going to have the run on Bram? Last turn, he's going to go the long way round on the last turn. It's going to be. Oh, did they touch doors? No, they're very well respected. On the exit, better run. James is looking and joining in this party for P4 now. See that it's close. 3 different cars as well. Mix here for P4. Look, not quite having it. Partly stepped out on there through turn 1 as well. But 10 minutes to go. Fierce racing will be continuing on, and it may be who gets the least amount of off tracks that realistically can get us. But that's a move and a half from James up the inside on the old hairpin. They do not touch somehow, or do they? They don't. That is amazing. They didn't. Oh, that's off by in the background by Luke. He saves it. Don't know how they didn't touch there. Late dive by James, but he under controlled it in the braking zone, which is brilliant from him. He's doing it again up the inside of Charles, not phased one bit. Turns into school. Everything's fine. James is on the attack.
He's really trying it. For someone who doesn't have really that much experience prior to this series in touring cars, he's really getting the hang of it, and we might even see him even get closer to contention in the later rounds here if he continues like this. Just really learning how to fight and really learning the different. It's completely different type of driving. Of course, these front-wheel drive cars compared to the high downforce of the prototypes, as you see him maybe trying to pull off here a move.
I think Leon spun in the background as well, and that is a move by James, and he's up the inside, and he's all done at the hairpin. Great move by him. I have a play of Leon. We will see in a second. Back at James, which does the best last turn there. So Charles will have actually a run turn one at him. Fight for P4 isn't over. Well, P5 sorry isn't over yet. Now it stays as they were. Lost the line. We'll have a little look and see what happened to Leroy. Little look. He loses it on the way in. Massively loses it. On the grass slightly. Save in the end. Oh, nearly gets collected. Ooh.
Almost made it.
Nearly made
Unfortunately, he lost a lot more time, but yeah, it's unfortunate for him.
it. As he came back on, so yeah, I think he caught the grass on the way in. Around. Save once it's gone. I reckon he may have held it, but yeah. Slightly unfortunate for not being able to, but worth a try. 10. Case. Mateo, it's good to see another nationalities as well. We've got Czech Republic and Belgium. We haven't had these nationalities. So it's good to see Finland replicated, which is nice. Was Mateo the
Yeah,
first French? No, he's not the first.
I think he was. I think
Well, I
he
think
is.
we had Alexis. I don't know if Alexis race. I don't end up. What?
No, I don't think. But for example, we do have at least three Finnish drivers. One of them is not here, unfortunately, but two of them are still in the podium, so Finland is still strong here.
None of the Spanish this season, or was it Spanish or was it Portuguese?
That was, yeah, one of
Spanish,
them
right?
on the Honda.
All right.
Really competitive driver, yeah, but he hasn't been here on the late rounds, fortunately. But I can say is even the grid we have, they have really competitive to each other, though. So it's nice to see different skill levels, but still being able to battle each other.
Good to see a good battle here, continuing for the mid places outside of the podium. And being reversed is always exciting. This goes to the grid today. How long does it still take Brad to get up through the field then, with it being more cars this season being reversed?
Not as easy.
Oh, good.
Uh, because he's not the only fast driver now, and well, as good as Brendan is on the racecraft, though, we have seen him being a bit impatient in sort of corners and causing him to damage others, which hasn't been good for him. But on this track, I think he can probably do it fairly easily because this is a wide track for even for these cars, so there's a high opportunity for him, and he's really, really quick too. Like we can see him having the fastest lap. It's probably one of those easy touring car tracks that people are used to driving on the official series, compared to all the tracks that we've seen like Oran Park or even Chicago, which is rare, but had a lot of exciting moments. But yeah, it'll be even harder just because Brandon now is in 10th place. So.
Good, good. Yeah, you're right. This is quite a good track for overtaking, especially with it being longer. So, well, that's a for him. So, Steve, all about the start, keeping his nose clean. We haven't seen it times before. Where you are right about his patience. We've seen it in, I think, of Osserschleiben, for example.
Schleiman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one that stands out. Patience, but yeah, you can get that point. Even when you don't think he needs to, he is one to want penalties. Leon then having a bit of a fight with Mateo for P9, and through it goes.
Yes, Mateo just made it easy.
They Crocs on them.
He does, yeah.
wide from James who comes back onto him, so he's going to be under attack massively from Charles. He's sort of far in front of him to defend. Charles doesn't look. He thinks better of it. A better exit will be good. Not the easiest corner in the world in a front-wheel drive car because you just put your foot down and it can understeer off the road. That's what you want. Light run, but not time round.
Now he's a lot more in danger from the car behind than he is the car in front, because before he had at least a solution to keep ahead of Luke Poland, but now he got to really put some really good corner exits, just leave him behind. He seems to get even closer and closer. Luke Poland to Charles Bradford here. Getting really close to, and he goes out. And there he goes, side by side here, but Luke has the inside, so it should be an easy overtake. Oh, that was. I thought it would be easy, apparently not. Even Luke made a little mistake there. I mean, Charles.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
close.
was actually not expecting that.
That might be a cut.
Oh, that's a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. We both knew that was gonna be a slowdown.
Oh, he hasn't done it yet, but for me, I'd be absolutely shocked if it wasn't. Surely on the exit. Yeah. Not gonna. Maybe not.
You can't slow down in front of the car.
Maybe it wasn't then.
Slow. Oh, I said Luke Point. I was talking to the wrong driver. Yeah, it's between James Abram and Charles Bradford.
Yeah, apparently it's not. Yeah,
it wasn't.
Not
it wasn't.
Well,
that was lucky. I mean, I didn't know you could cut that much.
Yeah,
you went through all the cones.
Yeah, of all of the cuts we've seen that were slowdowns, that one I would have assured it would have compared to some of them. Okay.
I mean, that gave him a lot of space to the car behind. Now Charles has to try again, getting closer to James Abram here. And we even see Bram here going a bit off track and losing a bit of time. Is that enough? It is a slowdown, no?
Oh, he's definitely gone off, but I'm surprised with the slowdown. He's got his rear end's not in the best of shape. James now giving him a little tap. Defensive from him now. This is for P4. They haven't got many laps to go, so this is it. Full attack now. James has got the inside line, which will become the outside for the chicane, but he can get ahead before we get to the braking zone. A close one by the time they get there. They are somewhat side by side, so here we go. On the brakes. It's James just ahead, and through he goes into P4.
Oh, brilliant. That was a brilliant move from him. Right on the outside and really cut it really well. And he keeps it on the inside of this corner, of course, but is Bram trying to do a switch through? No, he's already too far behind. Now he's even in danger of Charles Bradford behind him. Because now they are all free together once again.
Three-car fight here for P4. Ooh, slightly different line to the last turn, but here we go then. A lap to decide who's going to get P4. Brandon is well away at the front. Don't worry about the top three. They're gone. They're settled. It's all about P4 now. Last lap. Here we go. This could be good. That's what I want to add. Nice chasing James. Wide. It's very wide from Bram. He's gone.
Oh, yes. Oh, that was deep. He tried to get as close as possible, of course. It's a last lap. You're going to try to get an opportunity, but that cost him even one of the positions, so I guess it didn't pay out really well. But he's trying. He tried his best, though. It's a nice effort for him. Unfortunately, yeah, it didn't go well.
Settles the race for P4 then. And Brandon, which is coming out into the last turn. Number one on his car for a reason.
I actually don't remember he had number one before of the anti-stall racing series. Maybe he did.
Brandon Rins, race number one, round 7. Good podium from the finish behind. They just couldn't catch him. Is it quite close to P4. I'm not quite sure. Second and third for Johnny. Not sure how to do that, but go in a minute. James will take P4. Giles follows him across the line in P5. It was close. Bram was in P4 for most of it. Ends up P6. Luke gets P7. If it's close further back. Lovely. Retro car as comes Leon for P9 in the pink car. There will take P10, it would seem. Take 11. 12 will go the way of Andrew, it would seem, which one had to go in the pits at the very start. Oh, for Matteo then.
Yeah, I'm curious about Andrew now because he does have a bit of pace. But unfortunately now he's not even a top 10 to be inverted to the lead, so he's gonna have to push it even on the start. He's gonna have Brandon Hawkin right in front of him on the next row. So if he can pull out a better start than him, Brandon has been doing some not so good starts we've seen through the season, but he does manage to quickly pick up through the race in pure space alone. So Brandon Hawkin, as we saw, winning this race, and now we can see the afterwards the great results inverted. It will be Matteo on P1 and Leon Jenkins in P2 because he did overtake Matteo before. Otherwise, he would start in the lead. Uh, I'm curious because Leon and Matteo are both Audi drivers here, and they've had the best starts. All the Audis always have the best starts here. If they can pull out from the others right at the start, it could be advantageous because they don't need to fight each other out. I don't think they will. Maybe if Matteo will try to, be a bit courageous. We've seen him sometimes even ruin a bit of the race for others. But if they can pull out while the others are fighting the faster drivers, they can get a lead for a long time. Should be good for them.
Right, this should be good. Very, 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 very good fun. Races.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes if you had to go to the bathroom or need to change a bit something on the setup that you didn't like. It's enough for a little break.
Just enough.
Wasn't this track once in Formula One?
I think it would believe it was. They tried to get it back. They were doing upgrades and everything circuit and didn't go back to foot there is it yeah, it didn't work out. More of a light track.
Bike, I would say I wouldn't even think it was like a club circuit, but that makes sense to be a bike too because these corners are pretty wide and they're not like fast corners. Like you don't have massive slowdown corners, except of course if you do the extended part of the track.
Bikes go. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things they tried. Especially Formula One in its current climate. Well, just
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, like the seatings and the part of the circus itself. It doesn't seem like it has the space for it.
even yeah, just like the camping and parking and
Yeah, and is it too far from like a city or something?
I don't think that'll be too wait, I think it's
Yeah.
Silverstone anyway, most I don't know. Been on an F1 weekend, I must admit. Here is the grid for race number 2.
Yes, as I said, Matteo Emery in first place, Leon Jenkins in second place, Mike Leolis in P3, Luke Foley in P4, Bram Clyde in P5, Charles Bradford in P6, James Ebert in P7, Harry Unila in P8, Johnny Niemi in P9, Brandon Hawkin in P10, Steve Thompson in P11, and Andrew McEwen P12. So you already see the top two over there with the Audis. Our lovely pink Audi there. I do expect at least some chaos. It always happens on the second race, especially. I hope not. I hope people are safe. Drive carefully. You can drive hard, but please don't crash into each other. I think Matteo just said yes. And we go
Green flag.
to the green. And yeah, fantastic stuff from the others, of course, even from Bram in the middle there, already passing two cars. Grid already being really mixed up on the back. But yeah, we see they always get the best start, so Matteo still keeping on the inside, still in first place. Oh,
Oh, there's
Leon
one gone.
just going outside. Oh,
I think it was
that's
Luke, if I'm not
Marek.
wrong.
Yeah, it was Marek, yeah.
Oh,
Now, oh, he's returning to the track. And he almost made it. Where is he going? Why is he keeping accelerating, I guess?
he'll
I
find the
guess he'll just
road.
slow down.
He'll find the road eventually, I think. Possibly, maybe. There we go. He's back on the track. Oh, nothing happened.
Yeah.
That's the rallycross circuit. We found one.
Yeah, more like a rally raid because he just went to the jumps and stuff. As we see, still a lot of going on here. Brandon is on P7. He got free position here. Yeah, four positions even. Even Yoni Yemi also in P5 now. They both got a lot from this start. Brandon now in first place. So, but the top three being Audi still. They have got a really big advantage just from being, well, the starts were incredible. And Bram is a fast driver too, so he can keep it far away from the other two that were behind him. We see James massively defending here on this hairpin. The
Cars
braking's
everywhere.
there, and he's still
Oh,
keeping it on front. Oh, he went too wide now.
oh,
And
that's not
also,
good. That's he's
oh yeah, that was murder right there.
definitely murdered him. Meant to, not meant to. I don't know, opposed Mateo's off the road on the last turn as well. Jenkins was
Oh,
on the hairpin. There, a bit close there. For rally crossing, everyone sorts themselves out just about, I think. Mateo and Jenkins fight in turn one. They do eventually sort themselves out, but now Charles and James is going to get involved in this fight. I'm not sure exactly how, who, what, and where. And there we go. Round goes one. Charles is off. Does a 360. That one will also be an investigation. Doesn't hit any walls. That going a long way
I
down
said,
the order.
I said I wanted the clean race too, but no, it didn't happen. It's always like this. We need some reverse grid, but we expect drivers to be more careful. But I guess it's the best opportunity to try getting overtakes is the first part of the race. But that gives some penalties for those that did really badly. But yeah, Jordan is on P2, but now he has Bram to catch, and Bram is not making it easy because he is going quick. But not only that, of course, we have Brandon Hawkin in P4 behind Harry Unila. I guess he is already taking an opportunity, maybe to scope out where is the next overtaking spot. He's going on the outside of this corner because he can see the inside of the next one. No, he's still keeping it on back. Also, Andrew McEwen, who started last place, he is now in P7 as well. So he's been gaining, silently gaining positions. Good for him.
Well, though, he's kept his nose clean for the moment, I must admit. It seems that way. His teammate is, oh, we saw Luke and
No.
oh, they're in. Well, they've got a green and purple. That was my eyes have seen. Three different cars, but around about me.
Oh, that was a bit sketchy there. At least he kept on the road and presumably no slowdown, so he can still get going. Bram already being confronted here by Yoniemi. Might get him on the chicane here, but also Brandon is already trying to make a move. And he goes on the inside. And does he keep it? Yes, he does. He keeps the position and now in P3 from Harry Unila. You see here, Yoni still behind Bram. they are putting a lot of effort here in being quick. Because if Yoni doesn't also overtake quickly, he's going to get overtaken by Brandon. And he doesn't want that. Does he
Brandon's
go
already
for the
thinking of
outside?
it.
No, he does go side by side now with Brandon, which probably is not something he wanted. And Brandon, because he's going to keep it on the inside, I think, yeah, Brandon actually did it a lot
Was
wider than I thought. I think he's going a bit safer there. But now he goes super on the inside, Yoni, to avoid hitting Bram, of course. But they are still side by side. It's not completely clear. Of course, Bram still has the inside of the next corner. And he keeps it behind Bram. Wow, they are super close. It's so hard to see if they're actually gonna touch or not. And it looks like he will touch because they are really racing super hard. But where is he gonna do the move? There are a lot of corners you can do an overtake
now
here,
there
and
goes
of course,
Brandon. Brandon's
oh,
always pushing him. He couldn't find the gap. He can get one, maybe two. Can't find the gap. It might stay as they were before the corner. Just about. Here comes P4 actually on Brandon. A little bit of a door to door, but they survive. There is 4 cars as one. Move for the lead. Finally, is it going to change? It does.
it's gonna just P2 as well, Bram here. Unless, of course, he breaks later than Brandon, but they are all side by side here. See, there it goes. Brandon is finally clear through on Bram. But now, of course, Yoni does have a little distance here, and I think Bram tried to go on the inside, but it didn't exactly work, so he kept it behind. Safe for that.
Oh, I've got 5 as James joined the party, but yeah, racing between all of them. Good that they've all survived that. There was 4 in basically as one there, which is brilliant that they've come out unscathed. Now, question is,
James now is super close to it as well. Now it's a little top 5 here, all close together. Of course, we never know if they can still keep between each other because sometimes they do make mistakes, just like we saw in previous lap. Brown is keeping it ahead, but of course he went too wide on that corner, made them slow down, and that got Yoni and Brandon a clear opportunity to overtake him. It's really a matter of keeping it on the road, don't avoid doing mistakes because you can still keep it just from this place.
who slightly pulling away from the rest now. That's ever so slightly, but if they start to fight, 3 cars behind them will be back on their tails very, very, very quickly. Got to be a bit smart here, maybe. Still got half the race to go, so maybe it's smart not to fight quite yet, but they're not going to listen to me. They're going to fight immediately.
Yeah, Yoni already goes to defend. You can never leave the opportunity of thinking Brandon is not going to do it. Brandon, if he sees an opportunity, he will try to overtake. So yeah, just don't give him too much space, of course, and that's what Yoni did. But can he keep it in front because he's gonna try and do a switchback here, Brandon? But Yoni being down the inside of the next corner might give him still the leeway. Trying. Ooh, did they hit each other?
I
It
think
looked like it.
got away with that one. They are. But it basically what's happening is they're just trying to keep the inside
Ooh,
line, but the curb has forced them wide, and Brandon will have it. Have the inside for the old hairpin, and that's what he wants. Last 4, but they're going to be side by. Oh, he's just got it done before the old hairpin. And it's all going to be calm now. Only the one chasing. Brandon likes this. He likes being in the lead. He's fine with it. He knows how to defend. Slightly in the background of P5. Now, basically 6 minutes of can Brandon defend, or will he just try and pull away? Is that possible?
it certainly wasn't easy for Brandon to finally be in the heat, though. Lead. He took about 8 minutes to do so, and he was just missing some race pace against the others. But finally, he got the opportunity, he saw it, and he did it.
A very bouncy setup on. That was going quite soft. Team.
it seems weird because now I see everyone just cutting that corner, but no one did the way that James Ebron did before, which we thought it was slow down.
Yeah,
And presumably it's faster, but no one is doing it. Did James just get lucky?
yeah, maybe just doing him. Podium is on because at the moment we won't have the same podium as last time. But if Bram loses this place, we'll have the same podium as we did in race number one, which will be, well, quite a shock actually after this race. I haven't got through, but on job, yeah.
Don't know what happened, but I noticed that Andrew is no longer P7. He's, in fact, a lot behind P7.
Fucking Andrew. Anything? I got Andrew going off the track. Have a little. By this point, oh god, there's
Oh, this was it then. Oh,
are going. Okay, so
someone even went to the pits, I noticed.
who's through
Okay.
last turn side of Tail, I think, and collected him
Oh,
on the exit
yeah.
into the.
I guess that was just no attention to what was going around. From me, maybe even both trends, honestly, because we see one of them going to the left, the other one going to the right. Maybe single screen, maybe just no view from the sides, but who knows? Yeah, that's one for the students, possibly.
That one.
We only saw, I think, well, at least number 43 and number 4, which was, I think, the incident from previous, additional blocking. Is it possibly that one then?
Well,
10 seconds for Mattel.
nice. Fucking, but maybe it is, maybe it isn't. We'll see. But there is the fight for the last podium spot now between three cars as James has decided to join the fray of it. And he's actually, so say he's sort of joined the fray of it, he's got up the inside and taken P4. That was a move that I didn't see coming out of nowhere to the point where I'm going to watch it again because catch it exactly.
That makes the same podium a bit hard to do now.
Look at that. That's a lovely move. That is.
That was great, yeah. He just saw it and went through it. That was really well calculated by
Yeah.
James. Good job. He knew exactly how much he could brake compared to the other driver and just stuck it.
A slow down now, though, isn't he? Oh, where is he?
Oh,
No, no,
no,
he's
wait. No,
defending.
no, he's just defending. He's
Oh,
defending.
well, here we go. That's not on it all, is it? After using a move like that, but no. Yep, just defending. Play it smart. Minutes to go in this race, meaning probably 2 laps to go.
So slow down, yeah. So really, James is really good at doing that cutting on the chicane.
Good at finding the exact limit. Back there.
Did it appear anything to see if there was an off track or something? Incident? Nope.
Have a look and see. That will be that.
Oh,
That will be.
I mean,
It'll
I
tap in the
guess
side.
there was.
Yeah, contact
I
there. So
it wasn't as good as we saw it with James, so to say. The
yeah,
way
no.
James did it, it was perfect. But yeah, now I think it was Luke Paul and Mateo, right?
Yeah, and I believe Luke's got a 5 second scene as well. for that
Yeah.
one, as James tries to sort of cut back, but in the way of P5, but it's not quite worked out for him. They have another lap. Get P3 here. Bram currently has it, but freeway fight for the last podium spot in race number 2. Brandon, that's got a bit of a gap. Seems pretty comfortable as they head on to the final lap. Who's your money on for P3 though? You got 3 options.
I think Bram has been doing it really well. I think he can keep it. We saw him at the first lap before he was overtaken by Brandon. He could keep it in front. And yeah, James doesn't seem like he has enough pace to catch him. I'm surprised that you had Unila is in P5 because I thought he was actually gonna get P3, but he even got overtaken beautifully by James Abraham, of course.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
now he's struggling. This is his last lap, the last opportunity to finally get at least a P4 here. We're not even counting it to P3, another podium. We're counting to P4, which James has been doing it really well on this race. Can he make it? If anything, he's already starting to defend.
He slowed down. He slowed
No,
down
he
and
slowed down. Huh. I didn't even see that he got a slowdown before. Like, which corner does he do that? You saw him cutting that one, and I thought, he's good with the off tracks.
has he run out of fuel or something? No, no, he hasn't. No, he just kept going. So
No,
I don't know what's going on there at
it's
all. Yeah,
it's the same race length as before. Why now? Weird.
crazy.
Okay.
Well,
And yeah, he got a slowdown.
someone that's not slowing down is Brandon. He's going to take 2 for 2 tonight here at Donington. Gets another second place, but Bram will take P3 after a fantastic start. Realistically, has given him that one here. Interesting to see why James, well, pulled over sort of thing, but should be down for him to get P5, which unfortunately after the brilliant overtake he did do. Does have a 5-second penalty. Battered bruised car there. Not left, but he 7. Andrew after being does up 8. Wonder gain any position. 5 seconds.
Mateo actually is going to lose about 2 positions. Going to be behind Leon because of the 10-second penalty. Oh wait, no, Leon think he got off or something. He slowed down massively just at the end. I didn't even notice. Huh. If he kept it the distance that he was on, he could actually still finish in P8, but now, no, he stays in P9. Yeah, that's another race win. Both race wins from Brandon. This time around on race number 2, Yoni was actually a lot closer. He only got a 1.3-second lead over Yoni Brandon here. And yeah, Brian playing finishing P3, Harry Yoni P4, James Ebron P5, Good pull in P6, Mateo in P7, but with a 10-second penalty, he's going to finish P8. Andrew with finish in P7, Leon Jenkins in P9, Marek Villiers in 10, Steve Thompson in P11, and Charles Bradford didn't race the last 5 laps, finished in P12.
Brandon remembers going to the line and doing a nice little pose.
Yeah. Uh, Only if anyone wants to do an interview, you can just hop on the Discord channel and we bring them here. Yeah, what do you thought of this race?
That was good. Very good to see the boat. Clean racing too. Top 5. Battle in first race was very good. Racing still well, of course. More towards the end there. Last podium spot was good fun. Race, but yeah, fun was good. Fighting that.
If anyone did, feel free to go to the
Well,
YouTube channel if you want to
let me just
hear on the screen.
anyone's here. Yeah, we got Brandon. You want to bring Brandon? You haven't heard his voice in a while, probably.
I changed slightly because
Brandon, great racing today, man, and congrats on your win, buddy.
Oh, that's what it is. There they are.
Well, Brandon, congratulations on your both race wins on today on Donington Park. What you thought that it going to be this easy for you, or did you actually thought it was not as easy as Fashion and Race 2?
Yeah, that was difficult. First first race, I felt really good with my setup today, and yeah, it was just a matter of not slipping the rear end there in the first couple laps, and other than that, it drove really well, and yeah, so I had a really good race there. But race two was a whole ton of fun. That was some really good stuff, and between a whole bunch of them, I can't even name anybody or everybody. I don't think because yeah, it was just some really great stuff, really great side by side action, and yeah, I just wanted to be patient. It's tough to pass at Donington, but you can make moves. So I was just thinking, like big picture. Didn't want to mess up like last week. So yeah, I was just um trying to pick them off one at a time, and we had some really great battles all throughout the field there, and Yoni there, especially for the lead. I was that pass there was about like 3 or 4 corners in the making. He was doing a really great job defending, and man, that was just a really great race, and I love Donington. It's such an interesting track because it's you don't have too much room to work with, but the way the corners are shaped, you can like cross over pretty easily if you like end up like on the outside entering a corner. You can like cross over on the exit, and there's really nothing the inside car can do, and so it creates some really great side by side racing. And yeah, there were just tons of that in the second race. So yeah, great job by everybody, and that was a lot of fun.
Even though, yeah, this track does at least have some good side by side action because it's wide. Did you think it was hard to do, not to do off tracks or even not to get those slowdowns? Because we saw some drivers struggle with it.
Yeah, definitely the chicane is a real tricky spot. Because it allows you to cut a decent chunk. And you can just go straight through those markers there on the inside. But if you go just a little bit too far, it gives you a slowdown. So yeah, you kind of have to balance that. Like it, like the off tracks weren't too big of an issue because yeah, we do get like a decent amount, and but the slowdown penalties, those are definitely ones you want to avoid. So yeah, you just wanted to like back it off early, and then get a nice straight run through there just to make sure you don't get a slowdown because they can be really costly, especially on the first lap.
All right. Yes. Wes, you want to add something? Ask him? See, it's been a while since you also been here asking questions to Brandon.
Yeah, it's been quite a while. So yeah, Brandon's still winning. Nothing's really changed, has it? But is it harder this season? Hey, which season's been the hardest so far?
I think this season for sure. Like, we haven't had quite the car count as last season, but everybody's really stepped up their game, and yeah, Yoni, since the start of the season, he's just been getting faster and faster. So, it's been really great to see, and man, yeah, it's been like a lot of competition this year. So, yeah, just looking forward to the remaining rounds. I think yeah, we're still in the points battle, so yeah, just gotta keep her clean, hopefully, and continue to have really good races. That was a lot of fun, and yeah, definitely. Just yeah, despite the numbers kind of dropping off, I think definitely up at the front of the field, it's gotten a lot stiffer. So yeah, it's yeah, this season for sure.
Congratulations and yet another win. It feels like 100 times I've said that to you before. I don't think it is yet, but I'm sure we're getting close to it. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you guys, and it's never easy, it's and especially with reverse grids, like these guys fight hard, so it's some really great fun. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, you want to bring James real quick?
Yeah, I'll bring James in. We can ask him if
That move, yeah. I was going to ask right there because it seemed that he was planning it for a long time. Hello, James. Welcome to the commentator booth here. And first off, what a move that you did on the last race. Tell us about it. Have you been planning it for a while?
No, I haven't even had any practice this week. This is like hopping in cold. So I
Really?
was just like, oh, he's gonna leave a space. I've got a slight run on him. Let's just send it and see what happens. Precision at my best, I think there.
Yeah, it looked like you were planning to do that for a while. It looked like you were studying it, but no, it seems like yeah, you just saw an opportunity, went there, and it worked really well. Congrats to that. And yeah, before on this last race, and
I think it was a
was it really
P5
hard?
sadly, but
Is it? Did you get a penalty?
I got to slow down like on the last lap because my
Oh.
precision ran out.
Oh, sorry to hear that then. But was it a tough track, even though you're not used to these kind of cars, of course? We've seen it mostly on the prototypes, but was it hard for you to do on Donington here, these cars?
um, I've never liked the full GP layout. I've always like preferred the national layout much more. So I was definitely losing time at the hairpins at the end of the lap. I was just every single time I could see people closing up on me. But the sort of fast flowing corners, I felt very comfortable and had quite good pace through. It did take me quite a while to actually get up to some form of good pace. I still probably had more time in me, even in qualifying. I think in that last race, I managed to set a 36.9. So I still was gaining pace throughout the whole evening. Quali was actually, I think I only set one lap because I think all my others were off tracks, going deep or wide or something. So it did take me quite a lot of time to get used to, I think, more the car than the track. But I love Donington, great circuit. So any excuse to race here, I'll take.
Fantastic. All right, Wesley?
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're just showing a few replays of the move.
Yeah,
Did, did
sorry.
you
Yeah.
did you plan it at all? 'Cause it sort of looked like you went there's a gap. Went
No, that's what he said.
yeah
He just
yeah.
sent it.
So I was trying to find. I
Yeah,
was too busy finding and looking back at it. Actually, listening, I was just watching it back, and you can see that you just brake and go, and then you sort of you're dabbing the brake mid corner, and you've nailed it dead on. You don't touch him at all.
yeah, it was very well. I sort of planned it going up the hill. Actually, I'll have to look back at my stream and see what I actually say going up to it. I think I say it that sort of coming out of the old hairpin. I say, oh, he's gone on the grass. I've got a bit of a run. I think I'm going to go for it here. And he doesn't even sort of slightly cover it. So I'm just like, right, this is absolutely the opportunity to go for it. I did try to do something similar. I think earlier on in the race at that turn 4, the old hairpin, or maybe that was the last race, and that was close to contact as well. But I quite enjoy these cars because you can be quite aggressive in them, and there's sort of enough leeway that you can get away with it, so you can still put a little bit braking on, a little bit extra, just slow the car down a little bit more if it's not working out. You've got time to react as the passer, not just the person having the attempt on. It's quite good fun, and it's an opportunity to be really aggressive.
But it's a different braking style to any other racing. Brake and accelerate to balance the car as you go into the car. Get that in cars, especially front-wheel drive, which is a lot of fun. Of course, horrible understeer is the only issue that you have, and maybe the brake too hard.
Yeah, especially because we saw on the hairpins that James didn't even like, he said. A lot of the times we even saw him going a bit off track there as he pulled on the throttle, just understeers to the grass.
Yeah, I did that a couple of times. I was guilty of doing that at a few corners, actually, not just the hairpins. Um, still adjusting to just like being really progressive. I started changing how I took those hairpins towards the end of the race and just went in deeper, took a more sort of late apex line,
Yeah.
so sharper turn, and then just properly floored it on the way out. That seemed to work in some instances, and then other time, but you had to get it quite spot on to make that work. You had to sort of really get the line right. And I didn't. I think I only managed to do that sort of one lap, and the rest were a bit sort of like, oh, kind of lost the rear end and you just botched your exit.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, no
Next
worries.
round is Virginia International Raceway, the North Course. Hope you guys are looking forward to it. Yeah. Wes, thank you also for being here on stream because Kevin couldn't be here. And it's always lovely to see you back here, of course. And I guess we'll see you next Tuesday for round 8 at Virginia. Thank you all. Goodbye.